You're listening to GWFM.
I'm upset but so blessed, up late but no sleep, still stand on both feet. This world is so cold, Lord knows I hold it. Watching how the game go, sitting in the nosebleeds. Mama said I told you, I replied you told me. Only show them one side, they don't really know me. I don't really know me, I've been working on that. Said she like my new sound, tell me what I don't know. I just sent a new text, Tony run a promo. I've been throwing lasers like I'm Tony Romo. I've been hearing sirens, guess it's time for Gomo. First one in the building, that's been my approach though. I just want the limelight, but I'm tryna lay low. I know when the time right, y'all gon' see this face blow. What is a vacation? We ain't really take those. I'm up in the break room, but we ain't never break though. One time I came close, but I can't fold. One mind, take this toast, it's to my bloodline. 2 dimes, I just toast. I need 6-fold, 3 times, prove myself. This is fine wine, my blood, watch that spill all on my pages. 3 weeks till this drop, it feel like ages. My life, I transformed with new phases. Old friends, they come round with blue faces. Oh wait, we done seen it all now. Weezy FLOA, I can never slow down. War now, I can see them, watch them all approach now. Watching from the window, cause this show is sold out. Roll down, all these windows, we bout to mow down. Your town, we take over, that's all we know now. Mama said, you do something, you go for gold now. So now, ain't no stopping, cause we on go now.
Hello there, humans. I go by your friend Grace, and welcome to GWFM, a series of interviews from my world about the world. And today I am joined by a very special guest, Twoface, who is a rapper, producer, artist, all of the above, and he is next up, and that's all you need to know about that. And I am very proud to be able to say that at this moment in time because y'all about to know. So please welcome to GWFM Twoface. And before he says anything,
I was about to
I'm
say something too.
I'm gonna describe Two-Face's world. So Two-Face has given me some fill in the blanks for this prompt that I'm going to be asking all of my guests, which is, what is your world? What is your world like? So Two-Face's world is focused, busy, and potential ridden. It's
Potential
ridden with potential, and y'all are really about to know that. So welcome, Two-Face, to GWFM. Thank you for being here. We are so
Can
grateful.
can I speak?
Yes.
I was trying to pick my moment, but yeah, thank
Yes,
you.
yes,
Thank you for having me.
of course.
And thanks to anyone who's listening to this. I appreciate your listens.
We love it. Okay, so another kind of pre-written intro question that I had that I'm gonna ask everybody that's on GWFM. How are you today? And don't lie.
And don't lie. People do
We
lie
don't like
about that.
liars. Yeah, yeah. You hear it so much in the day to day. We're real here at GWFM.
I'll keep
Don't
it
lie.
real.
Yes.
Usually the go-to is I'm fine, which is
Right.
kind of true in most cases, but
Mm,
um I'd say I'm decent. It could be
okay.
better, but I'm
Okay.
decent.
Yes. That is, I can relate to that answer. The world is spinning. You know, we're we're breathing. We're here. But yes, very very happy to be having this convo on GWFM, and
GWFM.
happy that you're here. So, um, before we get into the questions, just a short little synopsis of how Two-Face and I originally connected. I believe it was through Instagram, and I got an ad one day Normally, I don't get many music ads on my Instagram. I mean, sometimes I do, but a lot of the time it's for like, I don't know, like products or like things of that nature. And this was like one of the first times that I had gotten like an artist ad. Um, and it was for Twoface's music. And as soon as I heard it, I was like, yo, this is wild. This is something. Like I need to look into this person because the bars are there, the beats are crazy. Like I see the vision. So from there, I believe I dropped Two Face a follow, um, and the rest is history. We've connected a good amount since then. The roles are kind of reversed now because I was on Two Face and Friends, right? Two
Mm-hmm.
Face's
Twoface and Friends.
podcast, so check that out as well. I'll link that as well.
First episode,
Um,
by the way.
yes, very first episode, and it was a great chat. So yeah, super happy to have Two Face back here, and for all y'all to get to know Two Face. So, question number one, kind of an intro question for you, Two Face. How did you start in music, and how is it similar or different to what you do now in music?
So how did I start and how is it similar, different to what I do now? Okay.
Yeah. So, what was like your first exposure to anything musical?
Well, in terms of just like music in general, before I even started producing or doing
Mhm.
anything vocally, I would just listen to the music that was around me, I guess. So
Yeah.
my brother was into rap pretty early on, so I would listen to that.
Mhm.
I used to watch a whole lot of wrestling back in the day, and
No way.
all the wrestlers had rock music for their intro. So I had my little rock
Wow.
phase back in the day.
Yes.
Uh, there was a brief period of some Skrillex dubstep ish,
Yes.
So I've been everywhere in terms of like the music soundscape. I've listened to almost everything you can think of. But
Love that.
when it comes to actually making the music, um
Mhm.
I just started out producing because I wanted to see if I could do it. And
Right.
I kept going down that road. And what kind of drove me to actually start making music, as in like rapping,
Mhm.
is I was making these beats and I just found myself constantly trying to ship them out to people.
Yeah.
And anyone who's a producer or like just solely does that and doesn't rap or sing or whatever, it's a grind just to try to get placements or people
For
to hear
sure.
your stuff, period. And I was thinking, like, I don't think the things I'm producing are that bad to the point where nobody wants to get on it. So I was like,
Mhm.
let me just get on my own beats. And that's kind of
Wow.
where it took off from there.
Mhm.
Um, and I think my first project was in 2019. It was a short little
Mhm.
EP. Don't listen to it because it's terrible.
That's the first thing I'm
Um,
about to do when
please
we
do
get
not. But it's yeah. So
on.
that was like the first body of work that I put out, I guess. And if you were to listen to everything I've released since then, I think you can um just sense kind of an evolution of me as a producer.
Mhm.
Um the sounds that I try to go for, it's still rooted in trap, but I try a lot of different things now. I try to sing,
Yeah.
emphasis on try. I try to do
That's
some
great.
R&B stuff. I try to blend elements
Yep.
of different genres.
Yes.
Like this year, I had a Latin based track I
Yes, the,
did.
was it the Malecón
Hmm.
flow, right?
Yeah, the first
That
time.
is
Well,
crazy.
technically not the first time I've done something like that, but I did it
Mhm.
correctly this time. I'll say that.
You know what's so crazy about that song? Like, the Malecón, that's literally like I think I told you this, that's like a restaurant, like, in the area of New York that my parents grew up in.
Mhm.
So every time that I hear that, plus, like, the beat is, like, very, like, almost like bachata-esque, like
Definitely, yeah.
Hispanic, like Dominican, like influences definitely in there. So I love that song. But anyway,
But yeah,
yeah.
it was fun to make stuff like that.
Mhm.
And then I had a Afro
Yeah.
beats. I don't know how to properly say that.
Mhm.
Let's just say it's an Afro beat that I got on.
Yeah.
But yeah, in terms of like how it's similar or different, I just think I've grown as a producer. Also, from a lyrical standpoint,
Yeah.
I've definitely gotten a lot better.
Bars.
I've gotten away from the struggle bars that I was doing very early on.
Bars going crazy.
I can
Right.
actually like I feel like I can structure songs now better than I was able to in the past.
Mm,
Vocally, I've gotten a lot more confident with my voice, and
mm.
I've I it's weird because like I take my vocal serious now, but like not serious in a sense where I'm willing to try weird stuff or like do different
Yeah.
vocal ranges, whatever. Whereas in the
Mhm.
past, I was very kind of like how I'm speaking right now. I was very like monotoned and trying to like
Okay.
sound like what a rapper would sound like in my head. But
Right.
as
I
I
see.
went on, I don't know, I just got more comfortable with it.
Yeah, that's great. We're all for the expansion for sure. If you go and listen to Two Face's discography, which you will be doing after
Except for
this,
the
so
first.
you should. Yep. Yeah.
Let's remember that.
Yeah.
Except for the
Let's
first.
between you and me, dip into the first listen. Just go through the whole timeline, honestly, because it's just you'll hear the intent. I feel like there's so much drive in just your tone and like lyrically, and yeah, it's just incredible, incredible stuff. Um yeah,
Thank you.
amazing. So um second question. This is kind of broad and it doesn't necessarily have to relate to music, but I guess just at the point that you're in life, what does your perfect world look like? Whether that's like some themes, some aspirations, things that you would hope to achieve and accomplish, or anything really.
My perfect world.
Yep.
Uh if I had a say in what that world would look like,
Hmm.
firstly, I would definitely like have the ability to make music whenever I want and like have
Yeah.
a dedicated space. Cause right now I'm
Hmm.
just in an office. When I was back at home, I was in my bedroom. Like I've never truly had like a studio. So I'd love to
Yeah.
have something like that. Um
Hmm.
and just yeah, just be able to make music. Um
Hmm.
I'd like to work with actual like live bands and stuff like that, like
Yeah.
collab with guitarists and um people in the orchestra, piano players, like stuff like that.
Yeah.
I kind of see myself, or I would want to see myself going in that direction. Um
Hmm.
and what else? Maybe not, depending on how things go, maybe not having music be full time, but being able
Hmm.
to support myself while keeping this up
Okay.
as a big part of my life. So
No, that's great. I could definitely see all of those things happening. I think like a live concert of like an album or an EP with like a string, like live strings would go crazy.
mhm.
Yeah.
It's it's just like
That's
to get to that point,
mhm.
I feel
Yeah.
like there's like a lot of work that would go into getting there. But
Mm.
like we said, we're talking about a perfect world, so that
But
would
I'm
be
like, we got it. We got it. Bro, you got it. Literally. Literally. That's easy. That's easy. We
but
gonna
yeah,
get the Philharmonic about to pull up. About
that's
to
what I
pull
want
up.
though. That's
Yeah. Take your pick of whichever Philharmonic we gon' set the intention into the universe for sure. Um, so my next question is, um, who is the most influential person in your world? And kind of connected to that, if you could collab with anyone in the world, who would it be and what would it be on? So, again, doesn't necessarily have to be music. You could, I don't know, start a flash mob troupe with someone, or you could like learn how to crochet with someone, or
Hmm. You know what's
anything.
funny? When you asked that question, I already was thinking of an answer, and then you were like,
Mhm.
"And who would you collab with?" I was like, well, I was going like the family route, and I was like, "Oh, my
Yeah,
parents,
yeah,
yeah, they
yeah.
inspire me." And I'm like, "Wait, collab?" I was like, "Oh, maybe she's talking
Yeah.
about music,"
collab
but
collab with the parentals. Yeah, it's kind of like a Two-Face question.
mhm, knee slapper.
But yeah.
Um, let's
Yep.
see. I'll keep it music.
Okay.
Because that should be easier to answer.
Okay.
Man. So who inspires me is the first one, or the
Yeah,
most
so most
inspiring?
influential person, and then if you could collab with anyone on anything, who would it be and what would it be on?
Man, I'm about to give a very basic answer, but I mean, there's a lot of truth
Okay.
to it. I'd
We
probably
like
say in the
truth.
music. Oh yeah, we're not lying on this
Don't.
on this at all. I gotta
Yeah.
remember that I can't lie.
Yep, yep.
Um, but I'd probably say Drake is the most influential to me.
Drizzy.
There's a
Mhm.
lot of there's a lot of rappers that I would put there, but if we're talking about the most, I would say him just
Yeah,
because um his appeal on a massive
right.
scale, that's one thing that
Yeah, I feel
I
like we
really
talked
admire
about this
about him.
before.
We
Mhm.
talked about this?
Yeah, or maybe I just made that up. No, we definitely did.
Was it on the podcast or was it just like in
Yeah, yeah.
Oh yeah, I think we
Something.
did because we were talking about
We were
building
talking
your
about,
ideal artist.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. That
So
was a
I'm
good
now I'm
question.
reusing answer. This is
Mhm.
but
Yep.
yeah, just his ability to cross over, even though people aren't a fan of that, they're like, "Oh, it's UK Drake, it's
Yeah.
Jamaican Drake," and it's like, well,
Mhm.
I mean, if you're able to do it, why not do it? You
Right,
know?
right.
And I don't think I'd ever take
Multifaceted.
it. I don't think I would ever take it that far. Like I can
Mhm.
almost guarantee you won't see me doing a UK accent on any record.
Hey, you never know.
I think
Never
I know
know.
about this one.
If the UK rappers
If
hit
the
you up,
UK bag is there, I might have to. We
might have
we
to
might have to
pull up
erase this part.
the
And
accent, yeah,
but yeah, just
for sure.
mass appeal. Just his catalog. You can try
Yeah.
to argue if you want, but like he has good music, and
Yep.
he's had good total bodies of work. So
Mhm.
um, and in terms of collaboration, I one of the first rappers I started listening to was Big Sean, and
Wow.
I would love to do some type of collaboration there because it's just like kind of like a full
Yeah.
circle moment where like that was the first rapper I listened to. Now you get to do a record with them. Um, that would be
Wow.
that'd be my dream collaboration, at least
Yeah, see,
one
I
of the
didn't
top
I
ones.
didn't know that. I didn't know that about you. Dang. We talked
It,
about like the 28/8 record
hmm.
before. Yeah, he's done some amazing stuff as well.
Yeah, and I feel
Wow.
like um I don't know. I see a lot of slander get get thrown
Mhm.
towards him, but I personally like him as an artist, and I think
Yeah.
we'd make a good song. So
No, yeah, I could definitely see that. For sure. Okay. Um so, oh, I'm already on my last question, and I'm sure we'll also probably go off on a tangent after I'm done with the questions,
of
but
course,
um so I would say hopes for the rest of this year and any final words or shout outs that you would like to plug in to this episode of GWFM.
Hopes for the rest of the year.
Yep.
Um, I'm working on my
Ooh,
third album right now.
yeah.
So hopefully I can
Yes.
get that finished in a timely manner. Uh,
Yes.
at the beginning, what was one of the words I gave you? Let me see.
Oh,
I,
focused, busy, potential.
yeah, that is all three wrapped into one for the album. Like
Yes.
I'm working on it, but also it's very jumbled and I I had a track list that gets updated almost every day. I'm just like
Oh
switching
my
things around.
jeez.
Songs are getting kicked out.
Yeah, the amount
Um
of times, yeah, I feel like that's when you know you're in like the album mode is like when the track list just like changes
and
every second
and
of every
changing
day.
one thing is like it's
Yep.
literally changing
Yeah.
the not the whole sound of the project, but at least like
Yeah.
the pacing of it. So
Yes,
you
I
got to
get you.
keep
I
things
get
like
you.
that in mind.
Yep.
And I don't know, but yeah, it's a very busy time for me because
Yeah.
I just want to make sure that this is a lot better than my last one. Um,
Your last one's amazing.
oh, thank you. Um,
Or
but I want to correct some of the things that I feel like I could have done better in the past, just like with my music in general, and
okay.
take some of the good things that I've done and put them all in one location so I could be like, listen to this album
Mhm.
if you want to hear everything. Because
Mm,
I feel like in the past, I haven't given myself enough time to flesh out a project. Like it'll seem like it's completed, like all the tracks will be there and everything, but
yeah.
internally, sometimes I feel like I'm rushing myself just to have something out. So I'm really trying to take my time with this one and make sure
Right.
that um at the moment there's 15 tracks, but to make sure that 1
Okay.
through 15 all of them are like, you know,
Yeah.
I don't want to say no skips cuz everyone is bound to skip something, but at least for me in
Nah,
my mind like,
I won't
you
skip.
know, thank you. People will though, that's the thing, but I just want to make sure that it is
Well,
a
I
straight
won't.
through a straight through
Um,
good.
I count for all listeners. Nah, but it sounds pretty flushed out to me. Shoot, all your other projects, but yeah, I think that's amazing. You know that you're in that mindset right now, and you got your goals laid out.
Mhm.
Yeah, and like let's get it. Honestly, honestly.
That's the
So
mode right now.
yeah, facts. So if that was your full answer for that part, are there any?
I still got more.
Oh yeah, yeah, yeah. I'm sorry.
No, you're
I'm
good.
sorry. I
You're
cut
good.
you
You're
off.
good.
I'm sorry to cut you
Nah, you're
off.
good. You're
But
good. You're
Beyonce had one of the
What I was gonna add before I was rudely
Bye.
interrupted multiple times was I'm trying to like I really want to turn up on like visual content because
Yes.
that's something I didn't do in the
Hey.
past a lot. Um,
Okay.
it just from like a number standpoint, if you post something without a video versus
Right.
with it, it's like it's night and day.
We're visual creatures.
Yeah, it's almost like people aren't seeing it. Like if I just post the album cover with music, people
Mhm.
just scroll by, but if they see like an actual human, something about that
I
just kind
see.
of draws them in. So,
Right. It's a full
um
picture.
yeah. So definitely a lot more visuals. Um I want to do a music video, but then like I'm very
Yes.
picky
Mhm.
and um I need it to be the way I want it to be. So that's why there hasn't
Right.
been one yet because I guess the stars haven't aligned the right way. But when that time comes, hopefully for
Mhm.
this album, I will have at least one song with a music video,
Yes.
just one. Um,
Yes.
and then
Definitely.
the last thing is just some type of maybe not even like performing, but I do want to have like
Yes.
a like pre-recorded performance for the album possibly, or just for
Okay.
some songs I've had do like a um during COVID they were doing those like at home performances, like the tiny desk at
Yeah.
home, whatever, something like that. Um,
Yeah.
but yeah, those are the big three for me.
Yeah, we
And
can we can def we can we'll make that happen. You will make that happen. The world will. We need you, like, yeah, we need you on a stage. We need you on a stage.
I need to be
We need
comfortable on
you
the stage. You don't need to see me in my current state
honestly,
right now on the
listen,
stage.
I just had my first ever performance. It's something
Free
about like
plug.
once you yeah, I know. I don't mean to plug. I don't mean to plug. This is not about me.
It's the Grace
If
interview right now.
it's
So
not
how was the
about me.
Chicago performance? And walk us
Please,
through that
please.
whole process.
Girl, yo, it was a saga. But I feel like once you get on that, like once you'll like your purpose will take over. Like I have no like I know once you're put on a stage, like you will know what to do. And I'm like, we need you on a stage. We need you opening for someone. We need you opening for a rapper, like expeditiously, like like it's gonna
Expedition.
happen. It's gonna happen for real. Cause these bars, like, they're too immaculate to
I'm gonna
not.
forget those bars on stage. I forget them now when I try to
Right.
run through
We
my old.
hit him with the remix. Honestly, honestly.
I'll just put
Nah,
I'll
you got
point
it.
the mic at the crowd as if they know any of the songs. And
Yeah, they will. They after this, everybody about to get put on. I'm also going to I'm gonna insert a song of your choice to play each episode out. So
okay.
you can take your pick as to which song you want to plug. But yeah, so was that your final answer?
Yeah, I think that
Okay.
I won't be interjecting anymore. But yeah, at least for
Right,
that
no.
point, that is
Yeah.
the final answer.
No, I think that's all doable. All right, I'm excited. I'm excited to see these things come into fruition. So any shout outs or anything you'd like to plug? Anything or anyone?
Um, uh, I'm gonna only shout out myself here, of course, but
Okay.
Instagram PROD.TWOFACE. I almost didn't spell it correctly. So that's just Prod Twoface on Instagram, and then I also have. If you just go to that Instagram, you can see the podcast there. I need to start that
Yes.
back up at some point, but like I said, I've been
Mhm.
I pushed that aside to focus on the album, which in the long run is gonna
Mhm.
benefit me more than trying to, just crank out episodes.
Yeah, you'll get back on. You'll get back on it.
But yeah.
Good.
But also, let me go back to one of the questions you asked. One thing I do want to get into
Oh.
is like definitely do some type of like not live music, but have like a little live streaming thing going on. But I don't
Mm.
know how one builds an audience from like the ground up for
Live
that.
streaming. So live streaming as in would you be talking about Discord or wait,
Kind
no.
of like
No, wait, never mind, never mind. I meant to say Twitch. I meant to
yeah,
say Twitch.
Twitch.
I'm like, I don't think Discord's
I was
I don't
about to
think people
just
be streaming on Discord.
I
I'm
was
about
about
to
to
be
go straight
official.
over that like you didn't say Discord and be
Yeah,
like, yeah,
yeah, yeah,
Twitch.
yeah, yeah,
That's what I
yeah.
was referring to.
Same thing, to be honest. No,
But yeah, I've always
definitely not.
like that's always something I've wanted to do, but it's hard to just gain any type of following on there.
Hmm.
And I don't even know what I would talk about, but all I know is I kind of want to do that. So
That's
I
like a
might
whole
just
yeah, that's a whole realm I just know nothing about.
yeah, it's a whole nother
Mhm.
pretty much a job technically, but like it's a
Yeah.
whole other set of work. But I might start small and try to see who from the people who are already following will like tune in, whatever, and then we'll go from
Yeah.
there. But that
No,
is
that'd be
also one of my hopes.
cool. Would you be playing games on there?
I think
Or
it would be
just
like
like streaming stuff like listening parties or like
I could see myself.
oh, maybe working on
Hmm?
there? Maybe like working on there? Like if you're cooking, if you're cooking up.
if I'm cooking.
Yeah.
Yeah, I feel like I could do a little bit of everything, but mostly like just like the just chatting aspect of it, just like talking to the chat, whatever, and then we just
Alright.
discuss stuff.
Chat, is this real?
Chat, how do we feel about this? I've always wanted to say
God.
some shit like that. I'm sorry,
Yeah, alright. Let's make it happen.
but yeah, that is that's something on the bucket list as well.
Okay.
So,
Alright, well, Imma download Twitch now so that I can
you want to
be
be my
on
first sub?
the Twoface stream, yeah.
Yes, sir. Okay.
Yes. Okay, so that pretty much wraps it up. Thank you so much, Twoface, for being on GWFM. We appreciate you being here. Um, and yes, I can't wait to see what the future holds. I know it's bright. I know it's real bright.
That was almost
Honest.
one of the words I put, but I was like, nah, that's too much.
Yeah.
I can't
Yeah.
gas myself up like that. So
Nah,
I just
please
put
do.
potential. Potential.
Yes. This dude is literally like the most like just driven, like the talent is wild. It's so wild. So again, grateful to have you on here. And yes, we will touch base. I will see you in the next episode of GWFM. So see you then. Bye. You're listening to GWFM.